Mood Mondays. I have so missed you all. I have so missed my Mood Mondays. Our Mood Mondays. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope your morning is going well so far. I have really, which way should I take today? As always, the backdrop, which is actually, I would probably say, one of the most fun parts of Mood Mondays for me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me go back here so I could make sure. Backdrop, y'all. This is why I love Mood Mondays, because I get a chance to walk out in just a cool background. And I get to talk to you all. I cannot get this off of my screen. How do you go back? Help. All right, so let me see if I tag a friend, if I can get this out of here. So I hope everybody is doing well so far. All right, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, I can't see you guys' comments so far. Maybe I will in a few minutes. Somebody drop me a line, let me know. There we go. Hey, Jan. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is why my morning is good. Look at that. Look at the trees right there. And I love fall. I'm a spring baby, born in April, but fall, I think I like it because it's not too hot, not too cold. You can throw a nice little jacket on. It's a good time. Did I say I miss you all? I really, hey Jan. I have missed this. I have missed Mood Mondays. For the past 2 weeks, things have been spinning as they always do. And I've been keeping up with the spinning wheel, but I haven't gotten a chance to do this. And so I released some vlogs and all that kind of stuff. I hope you all have seen it. If you haven't, please travel down my timeline, or even better, which some of y'all still, how come some of y'all not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? Like what? You waiting on me to hold your hand, walk you over there, walk you next door to YouTube? What's up, cuz? Shantae, how you doing? So I've had a really cool set of vlogs this past 2 weeks. Reginald F. Lewis Museum experience, which was a blast. If you all didn't catch the WEAA 88.9 in the morning with Michael, when I was with Kiana, that was great. Go check it out. A bunch of great experience. And I got a lot of stuff to share with you all as well today. So this is just a brief, like, catching up, touching bases. And yeah, let's see where we go with this. So I put up a Facebook post this morning, and it was based off of, shout out to Jahil Smith, Facebook friend, fellow musician, young brother. He had an Instagram post where he was just talking about following his heart and why he, realized it's so important to follow his heart, follow his dreams, even when other people advise you to do what they want you to do. Because people can tell you better than you can tell yourself what you should be doing, right? But they're not walking in your shoes. You know how it goes. But they mean well, though. I like to think so, at least. So let me know if you can hear me. Oh, okay. Give me a thumbs up. All right. So I put up a Facebook post this morning, and it was refinement comes via exploration and excavation. Take the time to explore. Refinement comes via exploration and excavation. Take the time to explore. And then to elaborate on it, I put up another post, which is to find the best seashell in life. That's like, whatever's for you, your goals, your dreams, like all that kind of good stuff. To find the best seashell in life, there are two approaches. Number one, set up a technical excavation with high-tech equipment and a team. Number two, you could just play like a kid in the sand. And I said, on your major, intense, super serious life excavation, take the time to explore like an innocent, bright-eyed, curious kid. You'll find the same seashell and have a much more fun time doing it. So, excavation and exploration. Now, you know, we could look up definitions and talk about how they are very much similar. And they are. I'm using it in a specific way because when I think about excavation, I think about like putting together like a serious effort, putting on your high-tech gear, like gearing up, you know, going out, removing some rocks, taking some tools with you, plowing some things out the way. I think about that like you're on a serious hunt. You mean business. It's all serious, no games. Let's get to the bottom of it. And that's great. You know, many times in life, we have to use that kind of approach to peel back the layers. And then when I think about just pure exploration, I think about like where you have an agenda, but like I gotta take my time, y'all. I'm walking on wet leaves here. Look at this. I've been slip, fell. I would love to fall on my. One day I hope to trip over something and fall like on Facebook Live. Literally, I might think I'm crazy, but no, I'm serious. Because it's got to be as real as possible. No, I was playing, but I'm not joking though. I really, you know, when it comes to vulnerability, I look at vulnerability as our greatest asset. So the more real, the more authentic you are, the more people can relate to you. I don't want you guys to relate to me because of the fact that I'm just positive. Like, I think in the end, that means a lot because of the fact that ultimately, no matter what I'm going through or what I'm dealing with, it's going to come out on the other side of positivity for me. That's just because of who I am as a person. But really, I want you to see me going through not so good things so that you can relate, because I'm just like anybody else, putting one foot in front of the other. Don't always get it right. Things aren't always fun. Things aren't always great. Let me see. So, yeah, realness. I love for realness and authenticity to speak. So anyway, back to this exploration and excavation thing. When I look at exploration, like right now, I'm exploring, just walking around my neighborhood, you know. I'm just, you know, enjoying the good outdoors and that kind of thing. Having fun while doing it, seeing my neighbors with their lives, enjoying themselves, that kind of thing. Good morning. How you doing? All right. You know, just good people. And as I'm out here exploring, I have a goal, which is to talk to you all right now, but I'm kind of just allowing myself to drift in the territory that I'm familiar with, you know. And that kind of exploration, whether you're just having fun or you're doing it casually, I think is really, really important for your journey, and especially the aspect of it of being like a kid in the sand. So you can find the most amazing seashell by putting on your hard hat and doing the excavation, or you can just have fun and just play in the sand. I think that, you know, of course in life, the reality is that all of the above is needed. All of the above is needed. But I think that having the ability to have fun while you're doing it, not beating yourself up for exploring and all that good, that kind of good stuff, I think that allows you to have the best experience. Experiences like this. Can I get it? I couldn't get it. A squirrel just came out carrying like a loaf of bread in his mouth. It was the biggest piece of bread I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, so yeah, what are you exploring today? Brian, good morning, man. How you doing? See if I can wave to you. I just waved to you physically and digitally. Let me know if you can hear me, man. I'm trying to get a little bit of a sound test. I haven't gotten anybody to help a brother out. Let me know if you can hear my voice clearly. But I think that that kind of exploration and excavation, looking at that in a balanced way. Thanks a lot, bro. I think that it allows you to be able to look at life in a balanced way and have, hey, Gregory, thanks so much, man. Thanks for hanging out. Good morning to you. I think that it allows you to have the best experience possible, because you can't take everything serious. Like, I take things, even when I'm having fun, I'm taking things serious, but I'm serious about having fun. You know? Serious about having fun in life. So I think everybody can relate to that in some way. It's a process that I'm going through. It's a process that Amashanda is going through. I'm loving her process of this. It's going to be interesting too, and I'm excited about you all being on a journey with us, because like, we're going through some transitions right now that are so interesting in like how they speak to the future, just the future of life and what makes sense, and like understanding about trusting the process, understanding what it means to actually go on an excavation, like for yourself, because there's a bigger picture involved. And it's like I put up the other day, when you strive for harmony with others, you're ultimately striving for harmony with yourself. You know? Because it's essentially a reflection of that. You know, when you strive to be harmonious with others, you have to come to some realizations for yourself to even be open and even to be in that place. So that's why I think it's so important. And I think that, you know, the external is just a reflection of the internal, which you're really dealing with. So let's sit right here for a second. Hang out on the bench for a second. So yeah, you know, I just think about it in that way. And it's like I was telling Amma, you know, it's beautiful because what it allows is when you have people that have the ability to work like that, or when you're like that yourself, it really allows for, okay, so Brian, in fact, you said something about this last week, which I was like, this is something I always say. The time is the time. What you get the choice of is how you're going to spend the time. The time is the time. Like, I'm a person, I tell people all the time. Well, I can't say I tell people all the time. This is something I just started telling people because I started realizing. It's something I've been in my mind about for a while. So I used to talk heavily about trusting the process. I still do. I just talk through actions. I don't talk about it as much because there's no question in it for me about the end goal and where things will go. I'm just an optimist by nature, and I focus more on accepting the reality of what is and appreciating and really actually trusting it. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. Walking is so good. Thanks, Gregory. Walking is so good. Nature's a great way to balance emotions and mental exercise. I totally agree with you, man. That's why I enjoy this. That's why I miss my Mood Mondays so much, man. And thanks for tuning in. I don't know if this is your first time, but that's why I miss Mood Mondays so much, because, you know, it's the intimate time I get to have with you all and just talking and vibing and relating. And I always take a nice walk around my neighborhood. And so I agree with you. Totally agree with you on that. But being in that balanced place, to me, I got to some point when I realized that my even keel nature was like one of my strongest personality traits. Like, it's interesting because I could seem like a really nonchalant person. And what I mean by that is I don't really let things get to me, negative things get to me. The funny thing is I don't let, and this might sound crazy, but I promise it makes sense. I don't let things that are super great move me out of a place of even keel personality too. And the reason why, it's like I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just how I feel. But it could seem like to other people like, man, you're nonchalant. And maybe I am, but I do celebrate. I do experience like everybody else, ups, downs, goods and not so goods. But it's just like at the end of the day, I just choose to go about my experience choosing more so a positive experience, because to me, that's the best coping mechanism. I find it better, and I've experienced a lot when it comes to life and religion and spirituality and just pondering on different things. And what I've come to realize for myself is that the ultimate is when you don't have to try to sell yourself the idea that things are okay. Your understanding and accepting of life and reality and the very normal aspects of life is what ultimately makes it okay. Yeah, like, so with that, I don't have, like, my attachments to things are not anywhere where they used to be. I'm very much attached, like, in life. I'm involved, I'm present, like way more now than I've ever been, and I continue to work on being as present as possible. But at the same time, like, there's this dichotomy. If you guys are not familiar with that word, it's when two things coexist at the same time, and they seemingly, like, wouldn't work together. They seem like contradictions, or they seem like they would cancel each other out. But it's a dichotomy, the two things are actually both true at the same time. And so for me, like, that's how my reality is a lot of times, where I'm totally involved and present in life, but I'm also detached from outcomes with many things, especially things that I look at as life and reality. So with that being said, like, it allows me to be, like, the most open-minded person I could be, the most, like, the person that can adapt, the best adapter, that I can be, while at the same time, like I said, walking that dual path of, like, being able to totally adapt at will and having a will, like, actually having a will to go forward strongly in confidence. In fact, Amma and I had a conversation one time. We've had this conversation a few times, in fact, and it's always interesting because I get how it looks from the other side. So as a person who's in business, I might make a suggestion about something. I might say, like, this is 1, 2, 3, this is what you should do this, and this. And I speak about it confidently. At the same time, because I'm a proper skeptic, which is something that her and I talk about a lot, as we talk about that kind of thing and what it means to me, and how really that, like, most people don't know the difference between skepticism and cynicism. And we have so many examples of cynicism that even from people who think that they're being properly skeptical, that many people's version of skepticism, wow, that bird is super loud. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Many people's version of skepticism is actually cynicism. So it kind of breeds what I would say, like, a stereotype amongst people who are active in their skepticism, or very much aware of it. Oh, that was a blue jay? Oh, cool, man. That's cool. You got a good ear, bro. That was good. Your bird. You got to school me on some more bird knowledge, man. That was pretty good, bro. So what was I saying, yo? I'm sorry. I probably feel like, seem like I'm probably rambling, but I am trying to say something specific though. What was I talking about? We had conversation about, so I think about attachments to outcomes. Thanks, Gregory. Yeah, I got thrown off by the bird. Yeah, so skeptic, right? And most people look at cynicism as skepticism, so it gets a bad rap and it's not understood. But what I found at this point is the level of honesty that it allows you to have with yourself about everything in life. So there's something I've been saying to Amma that I told her, like, in some time, like, it'll be something that, because she's such an intelligent woman, which is why I love her so much, it's something that I think it'll ring a bell. And I put it out to you all as well. So most people think in black and white terms. Things are either, completely true or false. And many people, when it comes to our beliefs, which many times are our biases, even though it's not an intentional bias, it it comes down to like what I believe is true, and so therefore anything to the contrary is false. And because so many people hold that position, it makes everybody feel like that about each other when they stand in different positions. What many are not used to, many people, many circumstances, situations are not used to, is proper skepticism, which is there's not two positions, there's three positions. And it allows, to me, at least in my experience, of all that I experienced, the most honesty, like imaginable, because you attest to what you can attest to. You, what you can't, you don't knock. You don't knock and knock off the plate and say, no, it's not true. And so, yeah, therefore, and in fact, since you're on, I was telling them about the conversation we've been having and how I was talking about and putting out to everyone the idea of the courtroom analogy, that it's the reason why in court we don't deal with innocent and guilty. We deal with we deal with guilty and not guilty. Three positions as opposed to two. But anyway, how that relates to what I was talking about earlier is that, in the process of refinement, excavation, and exploration, in my life, it is the thing that I'm appreciative of in allowing for the trusting of the process and allowing for not being attached to a particular outcome or a particular bias when it comes to things, how things should go, because knowing things will go exactly the way they need to go, and the trusting of the process in that, the honesty, the allowing for emotions and feelings, and the ability to totally feel, totally like be present in that, and at the same time not be able to be flexible and mutable. So, refinement. This is the process of refinement for us. This is the process of refinement for all of us. And so, it's something that I think about regularly as I strive for the most balanced perspective on life, the most healthy perspective on life, the ability to be able to be all things to all people. And so it's a wonderful and fun thing. So I miss Move Mondays. I'm so glad to be back. So next, I'm getting ready to actually dive into my In the Shed session for the day. I hope that you all can join me. And we're continuing on with these things, these autumn leaves. I'm telling you, I'm gonna wind up slipping. If not today, I'm gonna wind up slipping before it's all over with. And that's gonna be so great because I'm not gonna edit it out. We're gonna have a fun laugh on social media. Gotta be able to see the realness. So, autumn leaves. And for those of you all that have been following or haven't been following, you should. Those of you all that have, I thank you so much for your support. And it's been fun. I'm going to reiterate, just for those who haven't, what In the Shed is. It's basically the start of what's getting ready to be a wonderful experience of a series of like the inside of my schedule. Hey, Gregory, are you saying I should play guitar or you play guitar? But it's inside my practice. And then from like the core of what I deal with musically and how I study, what I practice, where my head is, how I meditate on my music, like the whole nine. And then outward from there, how I put things into application. So it's a bit of teaching and education. It's also a bit of like a performance kind of thing, because all the music that I study, every 2 weeks, I just got to get the schedule set up and get some dates lined up with some people. Every 2 weeks, my In the Shed show is going to feature another artist, another instrumentalist and that kind of thing. And so from an education standpoint, if you're a musician learning, you get to pick up everything along the way, because I give away all the information and all the files and everything every day. And that leads to the final performance. If you're just a casual music listener, then it's pure entertainment. You get to see how it's put together, and then you get to see all the way to a performance. There's promotion to other artists and that kind of thing, and that whole nine. We covered music. Like, it's about to be fun, super fun. And then the locations will change. It'll be all kind of special things happening. So I'm going that way, which is in the house, in my studio, and getting ready to get started on that. So I'll be live back again probably in the next 15, 20 minutes. So join me again, share this, and let me know how this applies to you. How does the process of refinement, when it comes to your life journey, your goals and your desires, how does that apply to your explorations and excavations? Like, what are you doing for, like, seriously to, reach your goals? And what are you doing where you're just having fun and playing and allowing yourself that kind of pleasure to experience, grow, and learn and capture the same thing? So drop a line. Let's keep it going. And I'll see y'all in a few, and look out for the vlog today as well from this past weekend. Super excited. Peace, y'all. Have a great day.